So maybe it's your first time using ChatGPT, or maybe it's not. But today we're going to help you understand some of the basics and how to really use this to your maximum capabilities. We're going to explore some of the smaller and lesser known features in ChatGPT to help you do more and be more productive. So as you can see here, the sort of setup is as you can see here, this is how you can get started. You can sign in through Microsoft, Google, and create an account. And the best thing to do is get started understanding some of the core features. So there's this one here, which is View Tool, which will allow you to find and use pictures. Pictures will allow you to create an image using artificial intelligence. And then there's Search and Canvas. Now, we'll come back to that in a moment, but search is one of the primary things that you can do. So for example, you can ask something like, who won the Oscar in 1993 for Best Actor? And it will use the search engine Bing to be able to find the most relevant thing. And as you can see down here, the search is allocated here. So it means that any future follow-up messages will be linked to search. So do make sure you switch this off if you don't want to use it, because it will index the likes of Bing if you actually use it again. Now over here, you're probably wondering, what is this black circle? It is the voice mode. Now the voice mode is limited as part of the free plan, but what you can do is choose your voice that you would like. So in this case, I can choose between the voices and press start a new chat. Now up here, you do need to activate it as part of the Chrome browser or any browser, and you can start to have a conversation with it. Now, this flashing black symbol means that it's not quite ready yet. When it pops open with the main area, then what you can do is start communicating with it. Now up here, you can change your settings at any time, which is helpful. And that was a voice chat started at least. Now over on this side here, you can rename any of the chats that you've had to anything you want. So in this case, I could say Oscar winner 1993, and it will save that quite easily. Now, obviously, one of the things that I can do is share this if I did want to share it externally. If you wanted to prove some information to somebody, and you can create a link that will be shared publicly. So do make sure that the information is, all the details are there. And as you can see, you can make the chat discoverable as well with the basic web search. So this is a helpful way to share any information that you have. You can also do it up here as well, and the same information will pop up. Now, every time you create or when you get started with a ChatGPT account, it asks you whether you want something called memory. And memory can be found as part of the personalization section, and you can switch it off if you don't find it suitable. Now, this is basically a place for you or for them to capture all of the things that they believe to be their memories. If you put the name of your child in there or how old they are, it's likely going to pick that up as a memory. But memory will start to flag on your account. So for example, an information will come up. Let me show you. If I do another chat, which you can do up here, my kid is 5 years old. Remember that. And what it's going to do is have a little signifier at the top that memory has been updated, and you can manage your memories from here. So why are memories helpful? Well, if you're building up knowledge as part of your use of ChatGPT, you want to be able to build a picture of yourself, providing context to every single chat. So for example, over time periods, if you've got loads of memories in there, then what's going to happen is it's going to be like a pool of knowledge. So for example, if I asked a question like, how do I build a business strategy? Then it's going to pull all of that memory knowledge, and that's going to be helpful for saving me time. If I asked a specific question like, how can I build a business strategy that allows me to work 4 hours a week? It may know that I have children, so it will then produce better context for the situation using memories. So you can set this up inside of the personalization section. There is an additional thing if you want to start giving chat more custom information in the background as well. Say you don't want memories to be captured, but you also want smaller things to be brought to the table, then this could be helpful. So for example, it could be something like, only communicate here in the response bit, only communicate with me formally. never in a manner like this, or only communicate with me back in bullet points, or only communicate with me back using my name so it's more formal, whatever you find suitable. And this can also be helpful for helping you as well. For example, you could be only respond to me like you're my business coach, for example. And you can also provide information that aren't part of the memories, like what goals you have, what objectives you have, whatever they may be, and then enable them for new chats as well. So that is an additional ability that you can choose to have on or off, which is part of the ChatGPT account. Now, as I mentioned, the speech can be modified here. There are some abilities for data controls. As part of the default account, you do have to have this on, which is improve the model for everyone. So it's going to take their information, your information, and train your model on other things. So if you feel not comfortable with that at all, turn it off in settings. That's how you can save a bit of time. So you can also manage what shared links you have. So for example, that one I shared earlier, that might be a worry for you to have on your account, like as a shared link. You don't want people to have access to it. You can delete it, or you can view the source chat, which is helpful. So this is what the other person sees as part of that link. You can also export your data, but it does require you to have a bit more detail in the account, which we can't demonstrate. Now there's a builder's profile, which probably you don't need to know for now. You can also connect up Google Drive, OneDrive, and OneDrive for school or for personal account as well, work account. So here you can start to add a bit more detail, like all of the chats and deleting all of the chats and things like that, which is quite helpful. And there are a few things that you can do inside of a chat. So for example, in this case, if I wanted this to be read aloud, I can have that to be read aloud by the voice that I've chosen. I could copy it. I could give the response back. I could give a good response or a bad response. And I can do something called changing the model. Let me show you what that looks like for a new chat. So here, obviously, you only have a limitation to the 4.0 model. So in this case, this was the 4.0 model. You can see 4.0 was used. You can also have a model for just the 4.0, and then the regular, the one that's default is 4.0 mini at the current time of filming. So as you can see, the 4.0 responded back with a better detail. It took a little bit longer, and the other one was faster in general. And you can even get it to rerun based on without the web search as well, based on the knowledge that it has. Obviously, it would know that because it's part of 1993 or beyond, and that's quite helpful. Now, you're probably wondering, what does this do over here? Well, these are called GPTs, and they're essentially like templates that you can use as part of your account. Now, there are obviously some limitations to what you can do with them, because I believe as part of the free account, you can't create them as per se, but you can browse them. And these are ones that are created with a little bit of knowledge already thrown into their back end. So this one could be for writing. This is improving the quality of your writing, giving you a precise word count, things like that. So this is almost like an app store for your use. And if you were to use one of these, for example, I'll use one that I know, which is Consensus, then what's going to happen is it installs it as an app that you can start chatting with up here in the left-hand corner. Now, this is quite helpful because you're using their pre-existing prompts, and also you're using any knowledge that they've put together. So in this case, it's pulling information from Consensus, and it says, does the fish oil improve mood? And you can say, allow it to trust finding it through their site. And you could ask any follow-up questions accordingly, so you can see the information that they're providing. Now, as part of any of the chats that you're having, you can attach images. You can upload them from the computer. That could be PDFs, an image, whatever it may be. And you can use it to produce a result. Obviously, that result could be all the way from turning their image with text in it to text, or it could be analyzing a PDF for certain terms that are used in that document. But they can be far-reaching and, of course, very useful. So this is how you close your sidebar on this left-hand side. You can start any chat by pressing this, which is an easy way to do it. And that's practically it, I think. If you want to create a new GPT from here, then you can do. You can see some of the regular prompts that you can use as well. But apart from that, there is an upgrade, and you can see the limitations of the free plan to the plus plan, which you can access, as well as a pro plan, which is crazy pricing, and team pricing as well. So hopefully that gave you more of an idea about how you can use ChatGPT and just navigating the account in general. It's quite difficult sometimes when you're thrown in a deep end, and that hopefully helped you to get started. So let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to helping you more understand and get around artificial intelligence.